So, I've been kind of sick lately, and I was experiencing some major writer's block. So I downloaded this South Park game onto my phone, and as I was playing it, I came up with this totally original idea to chronicle the history of different South Park characters. So that's what I'm doing. And we're starting off with one of my favorite characters, Clyde Donovan. Clyde is mainly known for two things, being a self-centered, girl-crazy narcissist and being a crybaby. But this wasn't always the case. Earlier on in the series, Clyde was more defined by another trait, being a total moron. Clyde had been around from the very beginning of the show as a background character. His first speaking role was in the second episode of Season 1, Weight Gain 4000.
Am I an Indian or a pioneer?
Do you have a feather on your head?
Yes?
Then you're an Indian.
Oh.
This dumb remark would define his character for the first couple seasons. He also gets a speaking role in episode 4, Big Gay Al's Big Gay Boat Ride, but his voice is completely different, sounding like a proto-Butters.
He is smart. My dog Rex follows me to football practice all the time. Yeah, but my dog found his own way here. That makes him smarter than you. Sparky, get down! Oh my god, what is he doing to my dog?
Now, the continuity on South Park is kind of up and down. On the one hand, there are small details that can come back years later and turn into major plot points. On the other hand, they've got a serious problem with characters switching names. Clyde, for example, had been Clyde Donovan since Season 8, when his last name was first said. Then, in Season 11, it was changed to Clyde Harris, only to be changed back to Donovan, and he's been Clyde Donovan ever since. But he's far from the worst example of this. Just wait till we get to the Heidi Turner episode. In the first season, Clyde was mainly just a kid in the boys' class who could do whatever was needed for the plot. He was on the dodgeball team, he was turned into a zombie by Kenny, his dog Rex was assaulted by Stan's dog Sparky. In the Season 2 episode, Clubhouses, Bebe develops a crush on Kyle and kisses him in the treehouse. At the end of the episode, she breaks up with Kyle, even though they were never dating, and immediately starts going out with Clyde. This is the first little hint we get of girl-crazy Clyde. It was later expanded on in episodes like Margarine and Make Love Not Warcraft, where he costs the boys the game because he's busy looking at a Playboy. Clyde was in the South Park movie as a supporting character, most memorably during the classroom scene, where the boys show off the language they learned at the Terrence and Phillip movie. Once again, Clyde being used as the dumb one.
Yes, Clyde.
12?
Okay, now let's try to get an answer from someone who's not a complete retard.
And later joins La Resistance. Clyde is really the only third grader besides Wendy and the main four who's utilized in any significant way in the movie. You see a lot of recognizable characters during the ice skating scene and the classroom scene, but during big musical numbers like La Resistance and It's Easy MK, they mostly use randoms, like, shouldn't Bebe, Clyde, Craig, or Pip be here? Or here? Well, Clyde, Craig, and Bebe are there when it cuts back. Clyde's first prominent role was in the Season 4 episode Cartman's Silly Hate Crime 2000. After Cartman is sent to juvie, Clyde is now the fattest kid in class. The relentless bullying eventually leading to him having a Cartman-esque outburst, and of course, he is very grateful when Cartman returns. That same season, in the episode 4th Grade, we get the first instance of Clyde's signature whiny cry, when he cries after Cartman sings his song about how great 3rd grade was. This became a running joke on the show. If there is a lone kid crying, you can bet it's Clyde. For the next few seasons, Clyde would become a more prominent character. More and more episodes were focusing on the 4th grade boys as a whole, and Clyde was often part of the shenanigans, whether it was building a time machine, playing Lord of the Rings, playing ninjas, being on the baseball team. In the Season 8 episode, Stupid Spoiled Whore Video Playset, Clyde is invited to the girls' party and does not have a very good time.
Owie, owie.
Clyde's first starring role was in the Season 11 episode, Licecapades. We follow Clyde as he deals with having lice and trying to hide it from the other kids. Of course, it turns out at the end that every kid in class had lice. That same season, Clyde becomes a total douche when he is voted cutest boy in class by the girls in the episode The List. Of course, it's later revealed that the list was rigged, as Bebe and her friends only wanted to date Clyde because his dad owns a shoe store. Kyle, Stan, and Wendy conceal the true list by burning it, but according to Bebe, Clyde was actually voted in the bottom 4. In season 14, during the Coon and Friends trilogy, Clyde took on the superhero identity of Mosquito, memorably having the idea to sell lemon bars and then being beaten up by Cartman. In season 16, Clyde's mom dies by falling into the toilet after Clyde leaves the seat up. Despite his mom's death being the main focus of the episode, Clyde doesn't really do all that much. He does get some funny moments though, like his reaction to Cartman calling him to gossip about himself to him. Clyde shows up in little roles a lot, and most of his jokes revolve around those 2 main personality traits I mentioned earlier. For example, in the video game, The Fractured But Whole, you have to keep Clyde from being charmed by the Raisins girls during one mission. Clyde also serves as one of the main antagonists in the Stick of Truth game after being banished by Cartman. In the post-COVID special, we see an adult version of Clyde. He was unvaccinated and went back in time to kill Kyle, but this version of Clyde ended up being erased in the timeline anyway, so whatever. Clyde is a useful character. If kids outside the main 4 are needed, Clyde will probably be there. He fights to get an Xbox One during the Black Friday trilogy, joined Cartman's pirate crew in Fatbeard. Him and Craig learn that Slash isn't real. He starts dating Lisa Berger after Wendy photoshops a picture of her. I chose Clyde to do the first episode of South Park Histories on because he's always been one of my favorite characters. I find myself happy to see him whenever he makes an appearance. But why? Well, after watching a bunch of episodes that feature Clyde in a row, I think the answer is pretty simple. He's just kind of cute. I don't know what to tell you. He's got a cute voice, cute design, cute personality. He's just cute. I was kind of surprised to see how consistent Clyde's personality is and has been since very early on, and he's certainly left an impression. I mean, hasn't Clyde whined and cried his way into your heart too?